Guys, today you're gonna learn how to add camera shake back into your steady footage just like this.
To get us out of here, working at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. We don't have to drive too far, just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and fly to see what it means to be living.
So I hope that footage has you intrigued, but I hear you asking, why would you want to do this? Now, there are a couple reasons, and let me give you some examples. Number one, your client expectations. Maybe you're just getting a safe shot to cover the whole thing in full, but creatively, that's not really what you're after. This could be like on a music video, getting the whole performance, at a wedding, filming the whole ceremony. Maybe it's not what you want in your edit, but you just have to do it for your client. Number two, maybe you're doing some visual effects, and it's a lot easier to do visual effects on a static shot rather than trying to track everything. And then adding the shake back in later makes the effect seem a lot harder than it actually was and adds that wow factor back in. Number three, you could be limited by your equipment. This drone, for example, keeps everything dead square pretty well all the time, and that might not be what you're after. So without dragging on too long, let me show you how quick and simple this is. You can see right here, I've got the clip and it's already wiggling. I've added the effects onto the adjustment layer, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that so we can start fresh. And you can see the drone shot was just a plain boring push in, which everyone and their mum can do. So let's try and do something a bit better and make it look a little bit nicer. What we're going to do is automate the position to kind of wiggle around like this, a specific amount that we set. So we're going to hit P for position because that's what we want to change. And now to be able to automate it, we have to type a little bit of code, but don't worry, it's really simple. What you're going to do is hold Option on Mac and Alt on PC and hit this stopwatch button. And now we'll bring up this little window where we can type our little bit of code. And you're going to type wiggle, hit enter, and then you'll have these two brackets. Now you're going to have to type two numbers. The first one is the frequency, so how many times it does it a second. Obviously the higher the number, the more earthquake-like it's going to be. The lower the number, the smoother it's going to be. The second number is how many pixels you want the frame to move. So for me, I like to do 0.5. So basically, in 2 seconds, it's going to be able to move the full amount of pixels we type. And what I normally like to do is about 60 pixels. And you can see here, it's starting to wiggle around. You can see these borders down the bottom. And you can see the outline of the frame moving, right? That's the wiggle expression on position. That's what it does. The second thing I like to do is add it on rotation. So again, same thing. Alt click, and we want to type wiggle, and I like to use 0.5 and 0.5. So let's go ahead and have a look at this. Looks great. Nice, easy effect. And we can even bring up the position. Let's try and wiggle it a bit more. Let's go up to about 80. Boom. And hit S for scale, and now we can scale this up. So 107%, and you just want to go through your clip and just make sure it doesn't wiggle off the frame, which it doesn't. And we'll go ahead and click play. And look at that, we've got a nice handheld clip right there. Boom. Now the second way to do it is add it over multiple clips. So let me head to this real estate pre-comp and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can see I've got this little edit where I've cut two clips together and I want to add it over all of this. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit Command Option Y, or come up to Layer, New, Adjustment Layer, and it's going to make this adjustment layer over the top. Now if you add this expression directly on the adjustment layer, it's going to be the adjustment layer moving around, right? It's going to be the adjustment layer, not the actual clip. So you're going to want to come to your effects and presets and type up transform and drag and drop that on the top. And now what transform does is it affects everything underneath the adjustment layer. So you can add all those effects that we just learned on here. So scale 107, position, you want to go wiggle, and you want to go 0.5, 50. This is the real estate. Basically, this is going to give it like a walkthrough. So as if a couple were actually walking through the house, seeing what it looked like if they were there in person. So this is what I'm starting to do on my real estate videos. Wiggle, 0.5, 0.5, boom, boom, boom. Let's have a quick look. Still smooth like you want in a real estate video, but it's got that human element to it. There's a little bit of imperfections and adds character to the video. And I'm sure you guys can think of many other reasons you'd want to do this and many other opportunities to use this now that you know how to do it. So that is the realistic wiggle tutorial, realistic handshake using wiggle, I should say. And that's your introduction to expressions in After Effects. There's a lot of cool things you can do with these expressions, and I'm sure I'll be teaching you guys a lot more of that. Hope you guys learned a lot in this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.